Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one's lost by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little more.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
Yep. 50's the mark. I got it. Alert. Rock it.
On 1st down, Wiley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Rip right. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Bush. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Bush. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Hey, Delta.
On 4th down, Bush. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stand on.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Wicker. Get up. Shoot.
To throw on 2nd down. Bush. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
They'll run on 1st down. Wiley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. We're scoreless after 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Steve 6.
Mike's 50. Target. Mike 50.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Tight ends left. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Kill.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Chiefs' 3-yard line.
Set. 8, read.
Hey, let's pin them.
Go.
Slam. Check three. Kill.
Beat them.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves?
They got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
First down, Chiefs.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. It's Kelsey on the grab. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Here's Jackson to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
2nd and 5. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Down. 50, plant. Bravo. Get ready.
Off the play fake. Bush. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Good blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. And an alley to run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Jackson looking to throw on third. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Then he's got his man Hilton. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Final play of the half here, it's Jackson. And they're going deep for Hill. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Bush. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Stop your whining.
Operating from the gun. Bush. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Leo! Go!
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Jackson down. Throwing again. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14-7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Bush. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Mike 50. Hey, high 7. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Bush. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Hey. 36.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch the run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 29, Jackson. It's Hill. Complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You draw Corker.
Come on, QB, come on.
Check. Fresno. Watch out. Speed grip.
Throwing again. Bush. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he does doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They'll try to run this one in. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Fielded about a yard deep, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm here all day. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Steve.
He's back to throw, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, lock it. Now.
And a give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Set. 15, line it. 15, line it. Come on, let's shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Bush. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I would.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Raiders, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff races. They're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire